So Lisandro Martinez made it 2-2, and then Edin Ketia got the final goal. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring you that final goal, but that's how it played out. It was literally one of the last kicks of the game, and then he managed to grab all 3 points for his side. Coach, let me start.
Give some stats before we go. I think we have to put some context into what Arsenal did. The fact is, they played their most shots they've played in their match this season in this game and recorded their highest XG. So I think we should give them credit because they really came. They had, as coach said, they were going to suffer.
In the first half, they had 19 touches in the United box. 19.
And their touches in the box was 63 at the end of the game, which was the most this season. In fact, the difference between them and Man U, I think, is the second highest difference recorded this season. The highest difference was when Man City beat Southampton 4-0. So Man U really suffered, and they made the most of their chances. So I just wanted to say those stats before because it's very impressive.
Wow.
So
I like the perspective.
Yeah, I was not surprised at that because you remember I did say that
United would suffer.
United would suffer, especially when that engine, that man who always read the game and break up the play, somewhere in midfield was not there. The game started very, very well. Tactically, both coaches had their way. Arsenal always knew that they needed to press the ball sensibly because there's always that threat from Marcus Rashford on the counter-attack. So they never gave anything away. In the entire 90 minutes, the only time Bruno picked that pass, reminiscent of what actually happened in that first leg, the goalkeeper together with Magaresh read the situation and Rashford got distracted. On the day, I knew that Manchester United's biggest problem would be the fact that McTominay, after winning the ball,
will not know what to do.
Be able to pass the ball. Go and count the number of times he gave the ball away. If you're a midfielder, you go and you tackle, you strong, you big, you win it. And you couldn't give one forward pass. You've got no business being in this team. No wonder Eric Ten Hag will sell him at the end of the season. Because we told Newcastle and Co. Because look, it is clear that if Casemiro is in the team, he's not going to be playing like he used to play under Solskjaer. You are playing with Bruno, you are playing with Eriksen. Pick the pass to them. You should be able to, after winning the ball, you should be able to give the ball to them. They are the ball-playing players. Let them play the ball to the attackers. Kept giving the ball away on countless occasions. And when you're playing against Arsenal at the Emirates, one thing that you cannot afford to do is to do too many turnovers. Because the ball keep coming at you, keep coming at you. Look, in that last 10 minutes,
they literally pinned United to their half.
All United needed to do was to get a midfielder who will not only break the play, but after. Because look, Arsenal themselves, they were there for the taking. If Casemiro had played,
Odegaard and Partey had pretty poor games.
Look,
if we are being honest.
Partey was honestly very poor.
The
first goal especially, that was all him.
There were moments in the game where you could see Rashford brutally shouting at McTominay. I am here. You know I'm here. Why are you passing the ball there? He wouldn't watch and he played. But credit must be given to Mikel Arteta. You see, another thing that didn't work for United was the lack of depth in this United squad. Look at the substitution that Arsenal was making. If you have the luxury of bringing on somebody that was sad, when you needed somebody to
he eventually helped them to score the final goal.
When he came on, he picked the ball 1-2.
Because Martinelli had been very quiet.
Yes.
Wan-Bissaka basically kept Martinelli quiet all game.
It's the same way after Ben White went off.
Let's look at that, the first two goals, or the first two goals from both sides. I think United should have gone in 1-0 up at recess. The goal Arsenal scored, the game has highlighted Wan-Bissaka's biggest weak point as a defender. His off-the-ball defending is very, very poor. Go back to last week. He lost Jack Grealish when he shouldn't have lost. Just came empty net, bang. Today, if you look at the sequence, Arsenal had realized that when they hit the ball direct into the box, Vegas, Varane, McTominay, United have enough power in the air to deal with that. That was the only time they decided not to go direct from the corner kick. Let's play, let's wait for the moment. And if you look at the transition, when they were playing, Luke Shaw had Magaresh inside. Wan-Bissaka, he looked at Nketiah. He looked, okay, Nketiah is there. How then do you just go to sleep?
Yeah.
When the ball had gone, the moment the ball went wide, you should have tried to figure out where Nketiah. So you normally would do this as a defender. Block him off. If you want to, let him pass under your hand. But he just kept, by the time he realized, bang. At this level, you don't do that. If you defend like that, it is proper you get punished. Look, I have said on Sports Panorama that I think Arsenal will win the game because of the absence of Casemiro. Because United has never been the same in his absence. Whenever he's in the team, you've seen the class with which he has engulfed this team with. It was a beautiful game, a game befitting of what the EPL used to be. And for me, I'm grateful to see these two teams restoring proper history to the EPL.
Yeah.
The Fergie
Wenger
rivalry. Surely next season
there will be more from
after
Ten
my
Hag
team
and
has
Arteta.
been sold and proper players are brought in, there will be more for Ten Hag. For Ten Hag, look, unless you don't want to be honest, it is clear.
Yeah.
The pathway is clear. There's a clear plan in the coaching, proper tactics, proper personnel, discipline, everything spot on. But Arteta is doing a wonderful job. He's been in the job for how many years now?
This is third season.
This is
third full season, so fourth year.
Fourth year. Ten Hag is barely 6 months into the job. But yet still, you suffer to beat him. So 3-2, 3-1 is good. Like I said, we are done with the big boys for this season.
You are left with the Donkomis. Your takeaways from this game.
You know me, I like to bring the numbers perspective. I think the scoreline flattered United. Because when I look at Rashford's goal, it's not a goal he had the right to score. In the sense that, like I always say, when I talk about goals he has scored, I want to see a pattern and chance. He made that goal out of nothing. In the sense
error.
that Partey gives the ball away, he gets it back. I think he didn't nutmeg him or he dribbled him.
He dribbled
Yeah,
past
he kind of basically bamboozled Partey. He gets and he was quite far from the goal, and he took a hell of
But that's him, isn't it? That's typical Marcus
that's what I'm
Rashford.
just saying.
This is not if you are looking at XG versus
I'll get to
score.
that. It's not a probable goal, but that's what
it
good
is not
players
a
do.
chance.
But
within him,
that's exactly my point. It's not a chance, but quality players do quality things.
Exactly.
Then you look at the corner. Ramsdale kind of dropped the ball on. That was a Ramsdale mistake for me because he should have claimed that cross. And Man U finished the game with an XG of 0.33.
Wow.
I mean, when you look at that and you score 2 goals, if that shows that, and that's what I like about this Man U team, in the sense that even when they don't play well on paper, they'll do something for you. And that's something very important. That's something we've not been seeing from them in the past. Then you look at Arsenal create an XG of 3.2. So it's almost a difference of 3 in terms of XG. So if you look at it from an XG perspective, this should have been a 3-0, right? But it just shows how well United took their chances and how much they suffered.
If you are being honest, they barely created anything to like us in this game.
But that's exactly the point. The two that, because Rashford made something out of nothing, and the ball dropped to Lisandro, and he made a very good header. And you saw Gabriel on the line trying to, but it wasn't enough. So for that alone, I think Man U going forward, they really struggled. And I think they were able to do well in the sense that they limited Arsenal in terms of, I think Arsenal's chances, there was a lot of volume. But in terms of high quality chance, I can only think of Nketiah's goal, and then the one where he played with his left foot and he kind of De Gea saved. Because even the third goal, I wouldn't consider it a chance, because in the sense that it was a deflected shot and it's kind of just flicked it or something like that. So I think in that sense, in terms of limiting Arsenal, they did a lot. But parts of the problems, I think, and Coach complained a lot during the game. I was sitting next to Coach. Whenever Saka got the ball, it looked like Luke Shaw was afraid to tackle him. I don't blame him, because I think because of the form Saka is in. When you talk about the 2 informed wingers in the Premier League, it's Marcus Rashford and Bukayo Saka.
You cannot give him that amount of space.
So he's
just a quick one. Last week, the form of Mahrez is also very good.
He's picking up. Yeah, he's picking up.
Look at what Malacia did for him. By the time he touches the ball, you are closer to him.
Yeah. When you give a winger space, you are basically asking
and
for trouble.
especially when he's putting the ball on his left foot and moving on to your weaker foot, your right foot. So all he needed to do is to keep the ball on his left foot, put his body in between you and the ball, and then you're out of it.
Just conclude quickly.
So I was just even talking about that, but he scored a goal. Remember, he hit the post as well. So I think Luke Shaw did not handle Saka well, and he was too afraid. I think if he had been a bit more proactive with his tackling and won the ball, he could have actually been able to spring some counter attack. Because it seemed that every time Saka got the ball, he could do what he wanted.
Yeah.
He wasn't dribbling Shaw because Shaw was backing off. But he was getting enough, then he put the ball inside.
Players were running into space.
And honestly, they were lucky that Odegaard had a bad game. Xhaka had a very good game by comparison. He's usually the one in big games that we know to make mistakes, do something. But it was Odegaard and Partey. They weren't really there. Yeah. Martinelli also wasn't there, but they got the result. And that's the good thing for us now. They won a big game without some of their big players performing. And look, like Coach said, they have the double header against Man City. But every other team in the league, that's a W for Arsenal, the way they are playing, honestly.
Think so. I don't think they'll win. I don't think they'll win every other game.
I'm not saying they'll win every other game. But I'm just saying that
teams,
when you look at it, most other teams, it's going to take a big effort to win those games.
That's Newcastle.
Let's get into some other highlights. We have limited
lost
time.
one game this season, Coach. They've lost exactly one game, and that was last minute against Liverpool.
Let's move it on.